And welcome to the movie Madhouse. I'm Rob.
I'm James.
I'm Jason.
I'm Eric.
Yes, we got
I can do it too.
Yeah, everybody's learning. Just jump on in.
Yes.
Eric, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me. This is
This isn't
fun.
the first time, right?
No,
No.
we've dragged him in here
I
before.
thought so.
Yes, but this is going to be a fun one because this is all about indie.
Yeah. Yeah. And well, I made it clear I wasn't excited for this,
Yep.
but I did go see it. So,
Yes. So this is going to be interesting.
I did not go see it, but I did see it.
Fair enough. Fair enough. We know. Oh.
You visually have seen it?
I have experienced the movie.
Yar.
Well,
Moving on.
yes. So then let's jump in because I know
Spoiler.
it's getting. Oh,
yeah.
yeah, we should do that.
Spoilers, all the hell.
Let's do that now because
Because I got one right off the bat.
yeah, it's if you have not seen Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, you don't want to watch today.
Okay.
Wait, come back, check it out after you've seen it, but do not stick around if you don't want to be spoiled. Okay, wait, if you don't want it spoiled,
Yeah.
because I know I like.
However,
being
those
spoiled.
words work.
Yes, I like being spoiled, but I don't like having movies spoiled for me. So
I don't like where you're going. That started the episode already, dude.
right, it started already.
Okay. Am I wrong to assume that Short Round was in this movie?
No.
No.
Because they had the whole reunion thing leading up to it. I was firmly in the belief that he was supposed to be in this movie.
He was supposed to. There was a scene, but I don't know if it's a deleted scene or if it was never shot, but there was some sort of, I don't know if it was an alternate ending or there was something that was brought up. I watched some sort of YouTube video where
So sorry.
of scenes that could have been.
Did you say not never shot?
Not never.
I don't think it was shot, but it was written.
It's catchy.
It came up on a list of alternate scenes that could have been, and it came up.
Okay.
It was the original ending where Indiana Jones and Phoebe Cates or whatever her name is there were supposed to go.
the worst godchild ever.
Right.
What a brat!
Yeah.
Holy crap.
They were supposed to go to Nepal or one of those areas, go up to a door and knock on it, and Short Round was going to open it and present Indy with a map saying the adventure continues kind of thing.
Okay.
Kathleen Kennedy squashed it.
Did they shoot it though?
No,
Okay.
nope, because she wanted a definitive ending to this series.
Why? They were obviously setting up a baton toss.
Yep.
Well, they sat up the baton toss last movie, and that didn't pan out.
This movie erased that movie. Okay, for me.
No, not really. They
Yes, it.
because they reference the
But
the Shia LaBeouf.
Yep.
His
You have a
character.
Pokemon.
They don't reference
did you
like
catch it?
the crystal skulls or
Wait,
nuke in
wait.
the fridge. Or,
Got it.
No.
Okay, no.
Oh my
no,
God.
Focus.
Okay. If there was a reference to Crystal Skull, I don't remember it.
It would be
No,
part.
they referenced Shia LaBeouf. They did not reference Crystal Skull, but
They
Shia LaBeouf was in that movie.
Okay.
The only one he was in.
Right. Was he Indy's son in that movie?
Yes.
He was. Okay. That's I
Yeah.
couldn't even remember that. That's how much I blocked that movie out.
Eric, Crystal Skull might get mentioned a bit tonight.
Before we went to air, I said let's not talk about Crystal Skull. Bringing that up when they talked about Dial of Destiny and Indy divorcing, it's like we lost our son. So did Shia LaBeouf die? Is that
Yes.
so he
And
died?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was the biggest driver in Dial of Destiny is he said he would use it to go back and tell his son not to enlist
Yes.
because he was killed in the Vietnam War.
See, I completely just kind of sat there. I'm like, wait a minute, is this? No. Yes. Yep. It is.
Yeah.
See, I couldn't remember if he was actually was his son, and it just I blocked that movie out so much.
Well, that was the biggest gag through there, because when he first meets him, he goes, "Yeah, I quit school." He goes, "Don't let anybody tell you what to do." Blah 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 blah. And then they're in this quicksand, and that's when Marion says, "Yeah, he's your son." And he's like, "What? What? What?"
Yeah.
So when they get out, he goes, "You're going back to school." So yeah.
Again, I block it out for a reason.
So the entire movie is based on Shia LaBeouf. There we go. We're done.
Yes. But now, and again, I want to get everyone's opinion. How do you think this wraps up the franchise? Okay.
This to me, 1, 3, 5, perfect trilogy right there.
Not even 2.
No.
Ooh.
No, 1, 3, 5. You got your perfect trilogy for that series.
It says this is the perfect trilogy for a quadrology. Or what's 5? What's
Quintet.
quintology? There we go.
Quintology.
My favorite trilogy of a quintology.
Quintilogy. I don't know. I don't know. All I know is yes, for me, 1, 3, 5. Boom. And for quality, 1, 5, 3.
Interesting. Okay.
For me.
Hey everyone, hope everyone is really good. This is from Greg. My point of advice for the day: go see Mission Impossible. So thanks, Greg.
It's a two-parter. I'm not.
Hey, Greg.
I love how Greg jumps onto an episode about Indy and says, "Go see Mission Impossible."
It's vintage, Greg.
Well, like we said to Jason, focus.
Greg wants me to do have another AEW mission, but this time try and invade Detroit for SummerSlam.
There you go.
No,
Wait a minute, SummerSlam.
Detroit WWE SummerSlam.
Oh, I was just saying, that's not AEW.
No, it's WWE. It's in Detroit. It's close.
Another mission,
but it's Detroit. It's Detroit. No,
what could go wrong?
I don't know. Detroit's pretty safe. Detroit's pretty safe now. You can't get lost, or yeah, you might.
I've had one solo mission. I'm not to that level yet. All right.
I will go to
my next goal. A Toronto solo mission. That's my big boy pants right there.
I don't know, a lot of violence going on in Toronto lately.
That's true. That is true. That is true. Anyways, back on topic.
SummerSlam, be there. There we go. So it's interesting that you said not only 1 but 5 outranks 3 for quality.
Yes, now. Okay, I will admit possibly recency bias because I haven't watched 3 in a little while, but 3 was good. It just I don't know. I can't. And maybe it deserves a rewatch to figure it out. But there was something lacking. 1 to me is amazing. And even though yes, Indy has no real effect. I know Big Bang ruined that for me too.
No, he does. It's been disproven.
Really?
Yep.
Okay. We'll come back to that.
Okay.
Okay. But yeah, I don't know. There's just a little something about 3 that didn't quite work for me. I can't remember now. It's been too long.
And that's interesting because it's considered the perfect indie movie.
I like 1.
Yeah.
I like 1.
Okay. James.
I have a theory.
Oh.
I have a theory that George Lucas and Steven Spielberg, who were like co-producers on this movie,
as they should be,
made a bet that who could get the bigger star as a cameo in the movie and kill him off the fastest. And I'm guessing like maybe Steven Spielberg picked Toby Jones, and it's like, I'm gonna kill him off, and then like George Lucas says, I got Antonio Banderas, and I'm gonna kill him off, and then
the only problem is neither of those people had anything to do with number 5.
They were both in number 5.
Yep.
Yes.
Right.
Yep. It's true.
Spielberg and Lucas.
Oh no, yeah, they were producers.
Yeah.
Producers have a lot of influence.
Tell me how much influence George has now.
Now, and what I thought was maybe James Mangold wanted to get in on the bet too and wanted to fuck with George and Steven. So he goes back and shoots an extra scene at the beginning with Mads Mikkelsen. I'm going to kill off my main villain. Oh wait, he's in the rest of the movie.
So close. So close.
He clearly got decapitated.
No.
How do you like?
I was disappointed that he didn't have some sort of disfigurement.
Yeah.
I expected to have that full-on cinematic villain look.
And they never reference it again in the movie. Harrison Ford even says like blah blah blah. I should have turned you in or whatever when I had the chance. No, he got completely killed on the top of that train.
it missed him by this much.
No,
Yeah.
no, he got knocked off the train. He just
Yes.
survived the
They
impact.
they had it perfect in the pitch meeting video for it. It's like he got totally Dennis Hoppered in Speed.
And if he
Better.
did have that disfigurement, he would have just been bringing back his Casino Royale character, but it would have
Oh,
3
wow.
scars.
Okay, yeah.
As for enjoyment,
Maybe he said, I let's not do the disfigured villain this time, guys. All right.
Yes, get
Let's-
overdone.
Let's just keep this pristine. All right?
honestly, early on in the movie, while they were still doing the flashback, I thought he was playing like Belloc's sidekick, the one whose face melted,
Oh, yeah.
because he looked totally like
He
him.
did.
Kinda
Yeah.
did.
Oh, yeah.
Benner started out saying, I have so many thoughts, but he's right. Spielberg and Lucas were only executive producers on this
Yeah.
film.
Yeah, I'm sure they had.
That's just because they created it or whatever, so they still get that little tiny little piece.
Well, no, and it's also, but they probably put money into it too. Usually, and correct me if I'm wrong, Benner, but that's an executive producer title, is usually the financial side of it.
Okay.
All right. Jeff O'Rourke said, oh, snap, it's Eric Shaw. Sup, y'all?
Yo.
As for my enjoyment,
And real quick riff.
okay,
Rocky said, how's it going, fellas? Rocky runs that
Hello.
virtual asylum that has now launched figures for wrestlers. They have their own line of figures now.
Ooh.
It's awesome.
Virtual Asylum?
all right. It's been a long time since I've seen either Raiders of the Lost Ark or Last Crusade, but I have fond memories of both. Crusade I saw in the theater. I think I may have seen Raiders in the theater or just from the little Fisher Price record and stuff. Anyway, it's one that everyone would rent on Laserdisc for birthday parties. That and Star Wars and stuff. So I put Raiders and Last Crusade on even level pretty much. And I only saw Crystal Skull once in the theater. So I don't remember a whole lot of it. I remember it being super weird towards the end. And I'm not sure which one. I probably like this one more than Crystal Skull, but I don't know if it's a lot more because this one isn't great, but it might be better than Crystal Skull. And Temple of Doom is just down at Temple of Doom might be a little bit above Crystal Skull. I don't know because the whole heart ripping thing and
Oh, it was dark.
Very dark.
it's
It's how you got
that scene traumatized me.
that movie got the PG-13 created. Okay.
Mm. You would skip past
but-
that scene after the first time watch and getting shocked.
The unofficial sequel.
Unofficial sequel.
Yeah. Diana Jones, The Temple of Poon. We're
Okay. Rob, that again. That's not the title.
Time well wasted is
Diana
actually
Jones.
working
You
on
know
it.
what, dude?
Diana Jones.
yeah. he's-
oh, I missed the N. I did
Ah,
so.
You got to look closely at the VHS case in 40 Days and 40 Nights. That's what he's referencing.
Oh, yes.
You know how long I looked for my Temple of Poon tape? You know how many hours I spent? 1. That's a long time looking for porn. What the fuck is going on? Oh God, I love that movie.
Computer's
40
right
Days and
here.
40 Nights. Not,
It's a good movie.
But yeah, so Temple of Doom is not high because of the poor chest ripping scene.
yeah. I was just very disappointed with like, oh, they've got Toby Jones in the movie. Not anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, Antonio Banderas is in the movie. Yeah, no.
He's gone.
Mads Mikkelsen should have died early on. It's like they could have just bonked him on the head a lot easier.
Oh, here we go. Benner
Boy-
said, typically, executive producers are typically just putting in the cash. Lots of filmmakers get executive producer credit for future sequels because of their contribution to previous installments. Jon Favreau is an EP on all the Avenger flicks. Oh, that's true too.
Yep.
Oh, cool.
So it either is, yes, they created the other ones, or they put some money into this one.
Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah.
But that's what I mean. I know they didn't have a lot of creative push in this film.
No, producers do though.
Yeah.
So
And what are your thoughts? We'll come to you in a second here, Eric, but what are your thoughts on the fact that Steven Spielberg didn't direct it? He's directed all 4, but he stepped aside for this one. So
okay.
think on that for a second.
I know my answer. So
Okay,
And,
Eric.
and it's not because he's slowing down,
Yep.
because he's not.
Eric, what are your thoughts on the franchise as a whole?
Okay, so I'm literally looking at the Raiders of the Lost Ark masterpiece. Like it you can't go wrong with an adventure. It was the first one. Face melting scene was just an iconic one where you see in every Oscar like flashback, you see the exploding face. And when I remember seeing that the first time as a kid, my dad walked in. It's like, you're watching Indiana Jones. My kind of kid.
Yep.
Now, I gotta stop you all because Temple of Doom, every time it was on TV, every time, it is still one of my favorite popcorn films where I will just sit there and go, oh, look, Temple of Doom is on. I will sit there and watch the whole train wreck of that movie because it's just a fun film. There's just it's
The
the minecart scene, it's horribly done. The characters are annoying, but it's just a fun movie to watch. Like there's and Kali Ma Bap Shue, like whatever you need. It's just the script writing is horrible. It's just one of those I can't turn this off, but I need to watch it. And then Last Crusade is a masterpiece. But I will say it's for me, it's 1, 3. Oh, wait, sorry, we're going in order. Best one. Yeah. 1, 3, 5, 2, and then Crystal Skull, throw it out the window.
That's actually my order as well.
3,
Like I'm not
2.
I
I can go with that one.
I'm like Crystal Skull, like you're Temple of Doom. You know, I know it's a hot mess, but there is so much stuff in there, like just moments and scenes that I do enjoy.
I'm gonna
You know,
go through the series soon.
the opening with him at Area 51. My favorite line is when he swings on the whip, just misses the truck and swings back and lands, and the other one goes, well, that looked closer.
Yeah.
You know, it's just classic indie stuff in there. But you're right. The minute Shia hits the trees with the monkeys, and it's like, no.
And the alligator scene, that's still an iconic one that you see in a lot of movies where he's hatching it down with a machete, and then you got the really horrible CGI'd alligators down there.
Yes.
It's just a great scene. I just laugh every time because it's such a funny scene.
It's been so long since I've seen it.
But that's the fun of Indiana Jones, though. It is that pulpy, cliffhanger serial type show.
Yes, Raiders of the Lost Ark definitely they pulled that Saturday serial adventure, straight out the pages of like a Tarzan adventure kind of thing. It's exactly what they did. Temple of the Doom, kind of too silly.
Yeah.
Too silly.
Dark, yeah, it gets really dark, but it's also got some really goofiness.
Monkey brains.
It's
maybe that's a delicacy.
Okay, I see. Again, it's been way too long. I really think I got to go through. I'm going to go through the first 3 again sometime soon.
Yeah.
So,
and even the first scene where he's like, "What's this drink? The poison you just drank."
Yeah.
Oh, where they're spinning the little table around.
And
From
see,
the poison.
I always found that interesting where those girls would go out and they would say, oh, we're filming the new Indiana Jones one. And it's like, oh, what are you in? She goes, I'm in the dance number. It's like,
Oh,
what?
yeah. I forgot. The gong sequence at the beginning. I forgot about that part.
But see, that was the one pivotal or one constant thing with the Indiana Jones films is that Paramount fade into something. And they switched it up in this film. How did you guys feel about that?
I didn't even notice it. That's not something that's held me. Indie is not one of my top tier fandoms. Okay, I'm a fan, but I'm not hardcore.
I don't recall what it was.
It went from Paramount, then it went to Lucasfilm, and then that dissolved into the lock on the door.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah. But the first one, it went into the mountain. The second one went into the mountain on the gong.
Wasn't one to an anthill? Or am I thinking of a parody?
The third one went to a mountain in the range, and then the fourth one went to a groundhog mound.
That's what it was.
Yeah. That was Crystal Skull.
Yeah.
Oh, let the record show. Benner's is 3, 1, 2, and then 4 and 5 are in that boat.
That's also an acceptable order.
Because he's lumping it in with Crystal Skull, I'm thinking Benner was not on the favorable side of this film. And see, that's one thing I definitely want to chat about because it's getting harsh press.
I wouldn't give it. I don't think it deserves harsh press. Do people honestly think there's a baton passing in this movie?
Yes.
Like I said, ever since Shia, that's like, well, who's taking over?
Yeah, let's give it to the goddaughter, who's an awful human being.
Literally, nobody can take it over. What's the name of the film? Indiana Jones. There is only one.
Yeah, give it to the one who doesn't care if you die, who frames you for murder. Yeah, let her carry it on. She's honorable.
Yeah, but she turned nice.
No.
Right.
No.
It should have closed, and I had a whole theory when this movie came out because they did exactly what they did. Indy gets injured. I'm not gonna make it. I want to stay here with Archimedes
for
and
no
like,
reason.
and yeah, no, and then she knocks him out. I'm like, that would have been a perfect ending right there. Leave him there.
He should have just knocked her out and left her there.
Oh, that would have even been better. It's like there's a huge war going on. Spartans or whoever, take care of it.
And he starts checking the history books. Where is she?
Oh yeah, there she is.
Where's she buried?
She belongs in a museum.
Actually, that would have been a pretty good end for Indy. Leave him in the history that he's been studying.
Yep.
And then come back and figure out where the franchise goes.
Could affect it.
Yeah, it's the history he's been studying that's not referenced once in the 4 previous movies.
Well, yeah. Well,
or his friend Basil.
See, okay, that's the part. Yes. That kind of thing bugs me a little bit, especially in a lengthy franchise, is when they say, well, this has been my best friend forever. Where has he been?
And they bring Sala back, and it's like, no, you can't come with me. I need one more adventure. Sit your ass down.
Yep.
But all the movies have been doing that. Even the Jurassic. Let's bring all the big names back so we can get a big money grab, and that's it. And that's all they did. And you know what? I didn't realize about the short round. That I think that especially after his recent film, Everywhere, All at Once, all that. If he showed up, would have brought him more back into stardom, and people would be like, "Yeah, that's great."
Especially after all the press that he got when they got reunited at the Oscars.
Exactly.
You know, but Kathleen Kennedy. As far as this is something I've been studying in my life. He's an archaeologist, so I have a certain forgiveness for different areas of history that he now says are my key, are my goal, because literally he studies it all.
Yeah. But how much time has passed
from
4 to 5?
Oh, yeah.
10 years. Oh, wait.
Because I've heard it's supposed to be in the 60s.
69, July 1969.
Yeah, it is 69.
And when did Last Crusade take place?
You mean Kingdom of the Crystal Skull?
No, Last Crusade.
Last Crusade in the 50s. No,
I thought it's still with the Nazis because Hitler's in Last Crusade.
Yeah, it's 44.
So Crystal Skull would maybe be 50s.
It's in the 50s, yeah,
because of the way Shia was dressed.
So 20 years.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's actually early 60s.
Early 60s. And yet
you got the timeline up.
Oh, that's a better thing to look up.
I think Crusade came out in the 90s. 90s? Late 80s?
No, early 90s.
Early 90s?
Yes.
When did what, sorry?
Crusade.
Early 90s.
89.
I was in high school.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah, 89. Yes, that would.
Yep.
Yes, that was. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Sorry. Yeah, 1 year off.
I'm with you, Jeff.
I forget what we were talking about.
Jeff said, I cannot wait for Kathleen Kennedy to get the boot. Neither can I.
Yeah.
And then he said, yeah, Crusade was 89.
Okay.
Timeline? We don't need no stinking timeline.
Exactly.
Crystal Skull, I was still at the St. Thomas Theater, so it's pre-2012.
After rewatching Temple of Doom, Short Round might be one of my favorite characters in the whole series. Indy and Shorty's father-son relationship was so well done, often overlooked, and probably the best thing about the flick.
Yep.
You're 100% right.
Yep.
Because literally, he was almost adopted at that point. Like, he hung out with Indy.
Except that it's a prequel to Raiders, and he...
Yeah.
It's just...
So it's interesting to know where these characters went at certain points.
Yeah. Also, Kate Capshaw.
Yep. Where did Willie go? And, well, I guess we know where the guy went that was helping Indy at the beginning of Temple of Doom. Let me see here.
I feel a little bad for Boyd Holbrook. I think he was kind of wasted in this.
Yeah.
Kind of, yes, but he was also pretty awesome. Like, he was just terrifying. Just it was bugging me at first how just willy-nilly he would just pull his gun no matter where. Yeah. But then with the reveal of them being Nazis, it made sense to me.
Dead, most likely. Mike said.
He already knew like that Mads Mikkelsen was a Nazi.
I knew Mads Mikkelsen was. I didn't know. I knew those guys were working for him, but I didn't know they were Nazis. I thought they were just a criminal element helping him.
Except that he had the Hitler stash.
There it goes. 1957 is when Crystal Skull takes place.
Okay.
Oh, Jeff said tier 2. Temple of Doom is seriously underrated, in my opinion. And what's crazy about Crusade is the fact that Connery was only 12 years older than Harrison Ford. Yeah, he's playing his father. Yep. Visually, though, with the gray hair on Connery and none on Ford, it worked.
Yeah.
But they were only 12 years apart.
Harrison Ford
I-
kept up with his age. Like that deep fake at the beginning was great, but I'm like, just remember, I think that he was only 40 when he did Raiders, give or take, because when he did Star Wars first, he was younger. So I think he was only about 40, give or take.
Yeah, I think he was in
when he
the,
started.
like late 30s. I think he was 37 in Star Wars, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
But now I'm drawing a blank on that too.
Of course, he's got the 80-year-old voice.
That was yes.
But he is a perfect 80-year-old person, like sitting on that bus. The subway scene was just like, that's Harrison Ford right now. Because I saw an interview a couple days ago and he said, if you had the dial of destiny right now, what would you do? Home. I miss home. I want to go home right now.
Yep. But yeah, you're 100% right. The effects for his de-aging were spot on.
They were great.
That was good.
Right? It's the best I've seen, but they didn't de-age his voice like they did James Earl Jones for Vader and things like that. Oh, let me see here.
Uh-oh.
That was interesting.
And we're
Hello?
back.
Hello?
Oh.
You
Yeah.
still there?
Jeff O'Rourke said 35 when he did New Hope.
Okay.
And then just for fun said 37 Snuggins.
Yes, I
Yeah.
pull that out on this show enough. That's my bad. I'm a Laps fan.
Pull what out?
Some 37 Snuggins.
Okay. It's from, but it's like, when did we say 37?
You said I think he was 37 when
Oh, snap. I did too.
somebody said it.
When did he say it? Oh, you said it. Yeah. Okay. I'm catching up.
37.
Let me see. Benner said, outside of the first 20 minutes, I felt like I was watching Harrison Ford in the Dial of Destiny instead of Indiana Jones in the Dial of Destiny. And see, I have to restate something that I've said in the past.
Okay.
Because I've said, when you go to a movie, I've recently been rewatching some of his old stuff, and I'm finding out, like Benner said, when you get into the Hans and the Indies and that is Harrison Ford. You're right. I felt like it was Harrison Ford being Indiana Jones for this film.
Mm-hmm.
There are some films out there regarding Henry, What Lies Beneath.
Oh, God.
What was the other one that I just watched? But
Force
when
One?
I rewatched him, I realized no, that's a Harrison Ford movie. That's Harrison Ford being the president.
I love that movie.
Random Hearts?
Patriot Games.
Son of a gun. Now I can't remember.
I have not seen Mosquito Coast. I never remember how Patriot Games goes.
Patriot Games is the one in England where the royalty is attacked.
Sean Bean.
And he kills Sean Bean's brother. Yeah. The only other one that he did was
Present Danger
with the president's family or president's friend's family getting massacred, and he has to go into the drug cartel.
That one was great.
But yeah, the ones that I just saw recently, Harrison Ford was literally acting his ass off. So I have to pull back what I said before about him generally being himself. He's not. He is in these action movies.
Most actors have that. It's just a lot of them. That's what they do. Bruce Willis, John McClane. John McClane is Bruce Willis. You know. So a lot of actors have that.
Wait, Sean Bean's brother died and not Sean Bean? No, Sean does get it. he just lasts a little longer. That's all.
The brother gets it first.
So let's see here. I was busy trying to pull up Harrison Ford so I can find out his actual birth date, which is.
I'm surprised you don't have it committed to memory.
I have it tattooed on my thigh.
Well, then why don't you just look at your thigh?
Oh, literally. That's
that
right.
High up?
He literally just had his birthday, July 13th, 1942.
Okay.
So they filmed it in 65. So yeah, I think you're right. He was 35-ish, right in that area. So that would have put him at just shy of 40 when they did Raiders.
Oh, wow.
38. Because Raiders came out in 80, which means they filmed it in 80. But yeah, that opening scene felt so much like an Indiana Jones film.
Yeah, it was good. The movie was a fun popcorn adventure. Like they delivered on all that front. You asked about feeling about the director situation. I didn't even realize that it wasn't Spielberg.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes. Mangold, to me, he harnessed Spielberg in there.
Yeah.
I won't deny that, because it was similar to when Robert Rodriguez did Alita Battle Angel. He's like, because he even said in the behind the scenes stuff, he didn't want to make Robert Rodriguez Battle Angel. He wanted to make James Cameron's Battle Angel. And it's not very recognizable as a Robert Rodriguez film. It's very well done, but he did a good job of emulating Cameron's style. I'll give Mangold credit for emulating Steven Spielberg's style for this, and I can't fault the effects. It's the character and the let's throw in these people for no reason, and I had problem with the story and stuff.
Yeah. I will say
that's you always find that with an indie story. Like I don't think there's a. Oh, go ahead, Eric.
No, I will say the pacing of this movie was there wasn't really a dull moment. Like I will say, like Raiders or Last Crusade, there was like some moments, but this movie, like from the beginning, the train scene to in between, like the whole New York downtown scene to the tuk-tuk scene, like there wasn't really a dead time. I would say maybe 5 seconds in the airplane crashing scene, but I was like, oh, this movie is like actually like okay, good. My one friend said she fell asleep, but she's like she was tired. But I'm like, no, this movie, like there's always something going on. That's the indie formula. There's always something happening. But this one, I'm like, okay, it's good. The ending was trash. I had so many questions about the ending, but
let's get to the ending, because that seems to be the point that makes or breaks an indie film.
The ending
because
was
you
trash.
look at Raiders where it ends with the face melting, right? The face melting, the arc, boom. So Temple of Doom, we look at the end of that one. That's got the whole big fight with Kali Ma, not a bad ending. Last Crusade. Oh yeah, Benner's 100% right here.
What's that?
The ending makes or breaks most movies.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And I find that so pivotal in indie, because that's usually because you're dealing with archaeology and and they're trying to make it, uber interesting. It's either blown up or it's perfect. And you get Last Crusade where you're in the cave with the Holy Grail, and the knight says, "Don't pass the seal." They pass the seal. Things broke up. Then you come to Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, where they decide to put the crystal skull back on this crystal skeleton, and then shit gets weird.
Yeah.
How does the final battle in Dial of Destiny rate in there, Jason?
A little lacking in the style, and especially considering we don't see them come home. They just fade to white, and he wakes up like, yeah.
That's because he got knocked out. How are we supposed to see?
Yeah, but it wasn't quite as satisfying as I wanted it to be.
What about the time travel aspect of it as well?
I didn't mind it. I didn't mind what they delivered. Again, you got to shut off your brain, suspend your disbelief. Don't even bring your disbelief. Okay. Just leave it at home. Okay. And it works for me logically enough for me to accept it. So I liked it.
Okay.
A little lacking in the end, just a tiny bit. I don't know. I can't say exactly what I wanted, but there was. I just felt a little let down at that end.
Okay. Oh, what is this? Benner said, "I have to save all my zingers for our analysis episode that we're planning." Right? You don't want to test a couple here or there, Benner?
Yeah.
Workshop.
Right. We can help, polish them.
It was good seeing Marion again.
Oh,
I don't think Phoebe's character did fuck all to redeem herself enough to leave her behind. She's an awful person. The effects were cool with all the ships firing those giant arrows at the plane when Indy's touching the sound. He's I think he's cutting his ropes and stuff. And the kitchen was well lit.
There we go.
I did tear up with the reunion. I really did.
Where doesn't it hurt?
Yeah, that was okay. That's what got me at the end was her.
That was sweet.
Reciting his lines from Raiders.
So sweet.
That
was nice.
That was a nice bookend. Eric, What are your thoughts on that final battle?
So I have a whole idea for the whole movie that wasn't the Dial of Destiny, but something. So he gets shot. The airplane goes into the temple or the time warp. Then they have this whole moment. Indy's injured. Oh, just leave me here. Okay, this is my last dying wish as an adventurer. Like, just leave him there. Then we fast forward. They go to the kitchen and they're having a memorial for Indy because that's what he would have wanted. But no, let's elbow him. And then, okay, we're going back. Oh, we're having a great party. Sala's there. Great. Mary, all the characters were completely not used. Sala should have been there the entire movie. If he's, I don't know how much he got paid to be in there for his 2 or 3 scenes. Like, but when the first moment I saw him get there, he's like, oh, I'm going to bring you to the airport. He was completely not used this movie. And that's what really made me sad. I sat there literally like, okay, he's going now. And I just did this. So no Sala? Nope. Oh, here. Oh, he's here at the end with Mary. And then, yeah, stupid girl walks off, la-di-da-di-da, and everything's... It very much reminded me of the Return of the Jedi, like Ewok celebration. Like, that's what's happening. But Indy didn't want to be there. He wanted to be dead. He very much wanted to die.
Yeah, he should be angry.
And then
you cheated me out of my perfect death.
Yeah. And then the movie ends. I'm like,
yep.
What the actual... And I'm like, seriously sat there. I'm like, no. I did not like the ending at all. Like everything up to the ending, I was just flabbergasted.
That's an interesting point because I know Sala, John Rhys Davies, was approached to be in Kingdom of the Crystal Skull during the wedding scene at the end.
Then he read the script and said, hell no.
But he turned it down. He goes, no, I don't mind coming back. I love Sala, but I want more importance to the character. Yeah, exactly. So
he's in 2 scenes.
Yeah,
because 1 in Crystal Skull, so you get 2 scenes, and that's all right.
It's double what he was offered before.
I mean, it's great seeing him, but come on.
But see, and I didn't mind the end of this one as well. Like the aspect of that dial creating a time warp, or not creating, but pinpointing them. But the only problem I go into, and I do this with all of them, okay, like the Ark. No one can see it, so it can be found, right? Same with the stones, same with the Grail. They're now flying into time warps in the sky that are huge. Why are these things not showing up and people seeing them normally?
I think you have to have that dial.
Maybe you have to have the dial.
The dial just pinpoints where they're going to be.
And that doesn't explain why the kid could see it in the other plane.
Oh, that kid.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
Maybe they're too high up in the sky. I don't know. I liked the fact the time travel thing where because it happened, it has to happen. Where they find Archimedes' skeleton with the modern watch on it, so they go back in time. He takes it off Mads Mikkelsen's dead body, so they always went back in time.
Yeah. Those paradox things drive me insane. But Benner said, couldn't agree more with Eric. I threw my hands up in the theater multiple times in the 3rd act.
I did too.
Because it was a party. Throw your hands up. Throw your hands up.
That's him cheering. Go Indy.
Go Indy.
Right, Benner? Right? Benner?
Oh, and yeah, this Indy sidekick was the
but
worst.
See, other than that, oh, it's not even an indie sidekick. Don't say that. That was
I'm
Phoebe's
learning
sidekick.
I'm learning to fly a plane. Look at me go. I am flying a plane. Like,
no, he was kind of annoying.
He was very annoying.
That was the swinging with the monkey scene right there. Is where he is, using coffee creamers and straws, talking to pilots, going, "Oh, this is how you fly," and then gets in a plane and can fly it perfectly. And land it.
The pilot. That kid got the plane started.
Yeah.
When we got it in the air
during a storm.
And we're in the air for a good 10 minutes before the pilot actually woke up. He was 2 feet from the kid.
The pilot was Frank Marshall.
How deep of a sleeper are you, pal? Holy cow.
So that's what I mean. There are holes, but as a general story of the throwback to the serials, this is where it's beautiful and it doesn't matter. about the holes. Some are bigger than others.
Leave the disbelief at home. Remember,
Yes.
I didn't do that entirely. So there were a
Neither
few
did I.
things nitpicking, like, but I would stop myself, like, no, stop. Let's leave it alone. Leave it alone. It's not as bad as Crystal Skull. It's not as bad as Crystal Skull popped up in my head multiple times while watching it.
Well, and I think the other thing that really bugged me is because I knew about the false ending going in, like the short round, I knew that was a possibility in K-Botch because we're ending it. And they didn't. Because just like Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, the hat's shown hanging up, boom, that's the end, and it's zeroing in, and now, whoop, he grabs it.
Yep.
Stop it. If you're going to end it, end it. If you're not, don't.
However, I would like to point out, what was he doing in that moment? Canoodling.
Well, maybe
with
she wanted him to
Marion.
put the hat on.
Exactly.
Come on, Indy, bring the hat to bed and the whip.
So Indy's not done.
Bring back the PG-13.
That's right. I found a few more spots where it doesn't hurt.
Now, theory: if they want to make another,
But, and
indie
I
movie,
kind of got that.
if they want to make another
What's
indie
that?
movie, if they want to make another indie movie with the exact same format, because you have a
Oh,
tuck
yeah.
tuck scene, you have a chase.
And it's
Here's
like-
the next film, and he could kill off Indy. They do it with the Trident of Atlantis, or go to Atlantis. Same thing. He's gonna get stabbed or shot or something. He's like, kill me here. This is where I'm going to die. Not like last time. You're gonna kill me here. Oh, okay.
And if they do that, this definitely has to be shot with Jason Momoa as
Yeah.
Arthur, because he will stab Indy.
Yep.
Just shut up or you're dead already.
Yes.
Actually, Jason Momoa would be a great
And
indie
Momoa
counterpart.
would do it in a heartbeat.
Yeah, he would.
Yes.
It's just they're all doing that. They're all doing this leading up to their movie, saying, "No, this is the last one. No, let's ride off into the sunset. No, it's the last one." They did it with Guardians of the Galaxy 3 as well, although they more specifically said this is over. And at the end
there
of
are
the thing, what
multiple
does it
versions of
say?
that.
The legendary Star-Lord will return. How?
By himself.
On Earth.
He'll get a new team or something.
No,
Yeah.
it's a solo film.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is it actually?
Because Guardians still exists. Like you saw at the end, they had a new team,
Yeah.
right? That what's going to be coming out is a Star-Lord story.
Interesting. I had not heard
Pratt's
that.
going
Yeah.
solo. All right.
So
Huh.
they're right and they're not. Yeah. Guardians, like you said,
Yeah.
not Star-Lord.
Here's a twist with Eric's idea.
Okay. What's Eric's idea?
So with the Trident using the whole Atlantis thing.
Yeah.
Yes,
okay.
the new indie movie. They're going to Atlantis and they get down there. This is the indie universe has crossed over with the Brightburn universe, and this is that dark, evil, twisted version of Aquaman waiting for him down there, and he fucks Indy up.
Nice.
I like
I'm
that.
seeing crossover potential.
Executive producer James Gunn.
Well, then let me ask you this. How do you end an Indiana Jones franchise with Harrison Ford that is able to continue?
I think they got close enough, in my opinion, for this one that they can whatever they call it. Okay, I think they've gone close enough that they're going to continue with the girl. Obviously,
No,
It's
You
not been
can't- you-
decided.
well,
but
you
oh yeah, I
can't.
guess depending on performance, yes.
you can't. She's
Why?
awful.
yeah,
She's
the
a
only way I
great.
can see them keeping it going is if Indy may be retired, but he's running the business, like getting her the missions, getting her the, go here and get this. He's the Charlie to her Angel.
This might be too soon.
Oh,
Submarine implosion in Atlantis.
Oh,
Mm.
Ooh.
But I'll divert things like hand puppets. When you're, let's see here, God, what's worth, Kathleen Kennedy or Phoebe Walters-Bridge? See, that's a good question, and that's the part of the
So
story.
that's the difference between real person, and character. Phoebe
Well-
Waller-Bridge's character is awful.
And that's the part of filmmaking that I dislike when it happens in scripts, because in the script they want you to feel good for this character becoming good, but the characters themselves don't interact enough or do enough to actually make it possible in film.
No, she
Right?
did not. not enough. She didn't do enough for make me care about her.
Right. The biggest example I always come up with is, Rise of Skywalker. They wanted you to know that Rey was the important one. So she gets off the ship. Princess Leia runs up and hugs her because the audience is supposed to go, aw, right? Those two have never really chatted more than 10 minutes. And she completely, I think it's Force Awakens. Because she completely ignores Chewbacca.
Yeah, Force Awakens.
And
yeah.
Han has already passed. Like he literally was just killed. So I don't like that in scripting. Please tell me who is going to watch a sequel movie or spinoff showing Helena and Teddy. I would really like to know. Exactly.
Hell no. I'm with Benner on that.
I didn't even want to go see this one. All right. And because I was perfectly happy waiting till I can watch it at home whenever it hits Prime or whatever. Okay. I was perfectly fine with that. Sorry, it would be Disney Plus. What am I thinking? But no, I don't want to see it, but I can see it. I can see where they're going. And I can see, you're right. She hasn't got a redemption. So here's one more with Indy. He's not in it fully. With my idea. He may not be the Charlie, but she's got something going on. She comes back to him one more time, maybe just for information and advice, and that gets him killed.
And you think that's how they should carry on the series?
But and she gets her redemption at the end. Like he dies in like the first act, in a good Indy way, but it's her fault because they got to him. And that's the final, and she gets her redemption.
So let me get this straight. You are suggesting they continue the franchise with Phoebe Walter Bridges or whatever her name is, and the first thing she does in this new film is get Indiana Jones killed, and we're supposed to feel compassionate.
There's redemption. She gets some sort of redemption involved from the rest of the film.
I'm just checking.
I'm not saying I want this. I'm saying I can see that's what they might go for.
Harrison Ford with
being more sympathetic to Boyd Holbrook's character.
What's that, Eric?
I don't disagree with you. Okay, I don't.
Boyd
disagree
Holbrook's
with you on
cool.
That. Yeah, I like Boyd Holbrook, so yes, he wins in this one. All right.
What's up, Eric?
I think Harrison Ford would go for that just because when he killed off Han Solo, he's like, but I want it to be the coolest death scene ever. So I think he would go for that and for the right amount of money.
That'd be his last film too.
Yep.
Or they could kill him off like they did Vin Diesel in like the short for Triple X.
Oh yeah.
Where he gets out of the cart, all you see is the stunt double and has a quote from audio from the first movie and just like gets shot coming out of a car.
But see, Harrison Ford is Han Solo. Harrison Ford has already stated this will be the last time he is Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
So I don't know how you would kickstart Phoebe. Oh, wait, here we go. John says someone bring back Xena. That's a franchise I'd watch again. Xena and Phoebe Walter-Bridge. There we go. That's what we need. Benner says Indy 5 is on pace to lose over $300 million right now. Just think about that for a second. Insane. Kathleen Kennedy and the lost box office. Huge.
Yeah.
How much was this movie?
I've constantly said she is the Vince Russo of Lucasfilms.
You're not wrong.
Okay.
You are not wrong.
Like, if you don't follow wrestling, Vince Russo in the WWE was an incredible writer with Vince McMahon.
He had a couple good ideas that that they made work.
That whole pool in the mid to late 90s, it came out with amazing things. Then WCW said, let's bring him over, and gave him free reign, and that's when his mind snapped.
He destroyed Legends. He destroyed
see, better knows.
Destroyed the legacy.
He destroyed WCW.
He did.
Or
at least he started the fall of it. That's for sure.
He dug out the foundation under their wall. That's what he did. Okay. And that's what I find with Kathleen Kennedy. She was among people. Frank Marshall, Steven Spielberg, George Lucas. Like, she sat among giants, and that made her feel like she was a giant. And now they're saying, here, you run Lucasfilm, and she's like, her brain has snapped.
The budget for this movie was 300 million, and they need to make at least 800 million just to break even. Like almost $1 billion
so far.
Yeah.
Well, 295 to 400 million for the budget. So it could be upwards of 400.
So double that for marketing and blah blah blah.
Oh, yeah.
yeah. So it needs to break almost $1 billion in order to break even. It ain't gonna do it.
Honestly, what I think they needed to do for Indy 6, and I don't know what they would call it, but literally what needs to happen is what was going to happen at the end of this one. It shows him going up to some cabin, opens the door, short round is there, and Indy hands him the map and stuff and says, look, Lao Chi has got a particular artifact or blah, blah, blah. I can't do this. Go get it.
And by the way, don't tell my goddaughter shit.
Right. To Phoebe.
She will stab you in the back.
That's right. Stay away from
kick
Willie
the crap
Scott.
out of Teddy while you're at it.
Yeah, punch Teddy.
But I think that could be the franchise is bring back short round. Because the minute you now have a film that says short round and right, it's so recognizable as Indiana Jones. You know?
I like it.
Yep.
Mm.
I would go see that.
Short round, short round, it opens at Indy's funeral.
Ooh.
Oh.
It opens at Indy's funeral.
Oh, yeah.
And maybe Marion gives short round the hat.
There we go.
That's exactly it. And whatever he was after is what Shorty picks up on.
Yep.
Yes, Hollywood, you're welcome.
And tucked inside his hat is a map.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
See? We got.
It's actually drawn inside the hat.
Drawn inside the hat.
Yeah, perfect. No death scene. That's 100% right.
Yeah. Because
in all honesty, I'm glad they didn't kill off Indy. Like, that's an iconic character. You don't want to see that.
Mm-hmm.
You know? That would destroy a franchise, I honestly think. Even if it is at the end of a film. So this way, you like Jason said, off screen, it happened. And now they're picking up the pieces and running with them.
Yeah, especially for an icon like that, it's hard to accept a definitive end. Luke Skywalker.
Yep. Yeah. Well, and that's the problem when you go to do that. If you don't do it right.
Yep. Oh, Kathleen Kennedy again. Yeah, what could go wrong?
A lot. A lot.
So, but honestly, that is the way, my personal opinion, they should carry the franchise on, is a short round. Like Benner says, he is such an underrated. He held his own with Indy.
Yeah.
He's the only person.
Strike now.
Yeah.
You've got him. He's already on their lot. He's doing a Marvel project.
Yep.
Is he?
So yeah.
Was he in Shang-Chi too?
I think that's it, actually.
Might be.
Well, he's got some moves for it.
Yeah,
I suppose.
After Everything Everywhere.
That was a great film.
Oh no, Loki.
Oh yes, season 2 of Loki.
Oh, cool.
Which is coming relatively soon, I think.
It says released, but it's not out yet.
No.
What else? Something else just dropped, didn't they? Foundation, but that's on Apple TV.
Something new?
I thought there was
Secret Invasion's going on.
It's
I haven't watched that. Started watching it yet.
No, episode 5 is coming up.
Okay,
yeah,
maybe that's just what I'm thinking of.
I
haven't watched any of it yet. So
it's good.
that's what I've been hearing mostly good things on that one.
Loki comes out in October 6th.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
I am looking forward to that. I think I'll start catching it back into the Marvel stuff again because I haven't watched any of the last few projects. So
I'm catching up. Like I'm up to date with Secret Invasion. I've still only seen one episode of Miss Marvel. I watched the new Ant-Man. I watched the new Guardians of the Galaxy, and then I went back and watched the holiday special, which is pretty funny.
You guys have inadvertently hit the key for how to kickstart the new indie franchise.
Perfect.
Multiverse.
No,
Multiverse.
Disney Plus. You have a 6-part show with indie and short round.
There you go. a real baton toss, but you do it as,
Yeah.
as a show.
Yeah, something's going on where he goes to Indy for information, blah, 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 blah. And then when the film comes out, then you find out Indy is past and you carry on from there because it's something to do with whatever happened on the show.
Yeah, I could go for that.
Oh, that's brilliant. God, we're intelligent.
Make it happen. Disney, make
Quick.
it happen.
Kathleen. Wait, never mind.
Oh.
Whoever is supposed to be taking over for her, but they
Yes.
still haven't said.
Someone from Disney Plus that wants a promotion, call us.
I thought she was gone. Like,
It keeps getting teased, but no.
I thought she was gone like 2 years ago.
No.
I'm looking it up here.
What the
Sadly,
hell?
no. Yeah, she is still president of Lucasfilm.
But all in all, I did like this movie. It
Yes.
was fun.
Let's get back
Yeah.
to the topic.
It was this was a fun adventure. It was a nice bookend for the trilogy for me.
It's a good looking movie.
But
Yeah.
I am going to
Yeah.
revisit the original 3.
Yeah.
Way better looking than Crystal Skull.
Yeah.
Like I'm always hesitant now after with Crystal Skull. I could see set pieces,
Yeah.
you know, so I'm afraid of that now. I was watching for it in this one. I didn't get that, so that was good.
You mean like when they go into the grave in Crystal Skull?
There were some questionable scenes. Like I could see
They're on a set.
a set.
Yeah. Okay, I can't argue that point. It felt like an environment.
Yeah. Like they were actually on location somewhere.
Yeah, well, most of the time they were.
Like exactly, but you could tell they weren't.
Yeah.
In the other one, so
No. Okay. Well, Eric, thank you so much for joining us on
It
this
was
little
fun.
ride.
That was fun.
yeah, and I definitely need to revisit the series.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like Eric said it perfectly. These are just fun popcorn films to sit back, relax, and shut off.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know? And yeah, I think I'm going to do that again. I recently watched Crystal Skull, and I'm going to watch Temple of Doom again.
I know
Raiders is the one I
Raiders.
think it's been the longest since I've seen it.
I'm gonna watch
It's
Raiders
Doom
again.
for
That's
me.
that,
Temple of
yeah.
Doom.
Temple of Doom. Raiders. I'll rewatch Raiders.
Tally's watched.
Yeah.
Bad dates.
Tally
Yeah, right.
watched has watched that series, and yeah, he's waving me off Temple of Doom. He said, "Don't revisit it. You don't want to do that."
I don't know. I like the darkness of it. It's a totally different feel, you know. But then when Last Crusade came out, that seemed to set the tone for indie films.
Yeah.
You know,
Sure.
they had the fun. It wasn't over the top as much. Well, okay, I shouldn't say that. It wasn't over the top dark.
Mhm.
You know, nobody got any organs ripped out, so it was
But
more family friendly that way.
I don't think any indie movie that comes out post Raiders is gonna match Raiders opening temple with the boulder and the idol and the Alfred Molina getting spikes and
Iconic
The
moment.
spiders.
Iconic.
Yeah, because if you
so Dr. Jones, once again you realize there is nothing you can possess that I cannot take away.
Bella,
Yes.
grr. And I love the fact that you can tell how much things affect pop culture by how much they're parodied.
Yep.
And that opening scene gets parodied a lot.
Yep.
Yeah. The original
UHF is a prime example.
Raiders, Temple, and Last Crusade all have an iconic moment. Crystal Skull and Dial of Destiny do not. Like nobody will remember those movies. Maybe the
they
fridge
have
scene,
iconic moments.
but I think the only one
Not for the right reasons.
Yeah.
not for the right reasons. I think if you think of Crystal Skull, you think of the fridge scene. That's the only thing. It's like, oh, whoop-de-doo. But there's nothing in Dial that I'm like, I'm gonna go redo that entire scene. Do you remember that from Dial of Destiny? Nope.
The best thing was Cam and I play Fortnite together. And I think it was 2 seasons ago, they released an Indiana Jones skin,
Oh, okay.
right? So it's got him in his jacket, or like Temple of Doom with the sleeve off and all that. And as you're playing around, there's a fridge lodged in the ground in one area. And I kept going, no, that's funny. That's funny. He's like, what are you talking about? So the other day we watched Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, the intro. And the minute he sees him get in the fridge, he goes, wait a minute, is this why there's a fridge in Fortnite? And then he watches it fly through the air. He goes, yeah, I'm done. But it's like, yeah, that's why there's a fridge in Fortnite.
So that's an iconic moment, just not maybe for the right
An
reasons.
infamous
Infamous
iconic
scene,
moment.
there you go. And yeah, you're right. I don't think Dial of Destiny has a standout moment, really.
Not yet,
Yeah.
because literally it was about a year or so after Kingdom of the Crystal Skull where that really became prominent.
Okay. Watch for the first Dial of Destiny meme, and we'll see what we get. Right.
Yep.
Okay.
Or they'll just throw that scene into several movies where a guy's on a train, gets cranked in the head, and then pops up. No reference whatsoever.
That's really bugging him, I think.
It's so blatant.
I agree. There should have been some kind of scarring or something,
Yeah.
but I can totally see how it wouldn't kill him,
Cybernetic
but
banana.
knock him off the train.
A limp, a bad leg.
Like a wheelchair. Like
Mm-hmm.
That'd be too Bond villain, I think.
Oh yes.
A wheelchair
Stick a
might
cat
be
in his hand.
too Bond villain. Mr. Bigglesworth.
Right? No, that's copyright.
Oh,
All righty. Well, again, Eric, thank you so much for joining us. We got to find another movie to get you back on here for.
start sending the list. I'll be here anytime you need me.
Awesome. All right, then. Hang on. Of course, I go to hit the button, and here it says, classic idea of the episode. Short Round is given Indy's hat with a map drawn inside. Yes.
Yeah.
It's so Indiana Jones right there.
Yeah.
Like the Grail Diary.
Yeah.
Because that was what his father worked on. He drew it all himself, and boom.
A legacy thing. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. For another week at the Movie Madhouse, I'm Rob.
I'm James.
I'm Jason.
I'm Eric.
There we go. We'll see.
Ah.
Woo.